Hey, 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 how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the Church of Iron King. My name is Rosemary Nonny Knight. Welcome, 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 welcome. We're going to be talking about the deliberate design of an abundant, fulfilled, free life. Now, I personally completely believe that it is your birthright, your inheritance. It is yours to claim, though. That's the thing. More than anything, it is yours to claim. As a practical spiritual maverick, it is yours to claim. You are here not just to be in struggle and lack or to put up with a life that doesn't absolutely make you completely happy. You're here for something more. And this is the thing. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. You know already that there's a part of you that longs for something more. But this is it. In order for you to actually live out that something more, you need to become someone who deliberately designs your life. As you come on, do say hello. I'd love to hear from you guys. You need to be someone who deliberately designs your life. That whole word of that phrase, deliberate design, that has become almost like my, I don't know what word, but it is something that I live my life to now, because for a very long time, I lived a very passive existence. I lived a life where I felt that things were happening to me and I had to just go along with whatever I needed to go along with in order to get by. But I started to become a deliberate designer of life, and that took me out of my career, replaced my income. That started me on a pathway to becoming even closer to spirit than I've ever been before, feeling happier and more fulfilled about myself. And I do believe that it is everyone's birthright, but not everyone is actually going to choose it, because you do have to choose it. You do have to deliberately design it. There is a period of transition. I was talking about this with a friend today. A period of transition from just living a regular, normal life that everybody does to becoming someone who deliberately designs your life. And that period of transition is usually the part where people get really a bit nervous about how to make that work for them. But I'm here to kind of give you some pointers, some tips here to help you step into the abundant, the fulfilled, the free life that is yours, okay? I'm very much about freedom. Very much about freedom, which has meant that I've had to walk away from many, many things in order to continually to stay on the path to creating a life that actually makes me happy, a life where I feel connected, a life where I know I'm living the call of my life, a life of clarity because I know what I'm here to do. I do believe every single person is here for a reason. You do know it though. That's the thing. But then we've all been conditioned at times there's no at times about it. We've been conditioned to think that we have to just do what everybody else does. Over the last 2 days or so, and it depends on when you're listening to this, of course, I've been talking about the fact that we are creators. We live in a world where it needs creators such as you and I to wake up and really start, first and foremost, designing our own life, because whether you like it or not, even in the design of your life, as you choose to step into a more abundance, more fulfillment, more freedom, as you choose that for you, you can't help but impact other people. You can't help it. You will impact other people, even if that's not necessarily your intention. And I know for most of us in this community, it is our intention. We do want to impact more people. We do want to make a difference. Sometimes, however, there are fears and there are all kinds of things that get in the way. And life has come with all these layers. I was talking about this with a friend today about unbecoming. Unbecoming, I generally just say we're stripping off the layers of conditioning, of what we used to think was real. In order for us to step into the next level for us, we're going to have to strip off those layers, okay? And I want to take you through 5 things. I did write a post about this, but I also want to talk you through this because I know everybody doesn't like to read, though I do think leaders are readers. So I do think you got to read, man. But at the same time, okay, I want to talk us through 5 things, 5 key essential things I feel for you to design a life that makes you happy, but also is fulfilled, is abundant, is free. Okay, and the first thing is having that connection with source. Now, this isn't about what your beliefs, you know what, before I do that, let's sing our song. Let's sing our affirmation. Affirmation for today, affirm with me. I deliberately design my life. I am creator, and so I create. I deliberately design affirmation for today. I deliberately design my life. I am creator, and so I create. Okay? I am free, fulfilled, abundant. I create. It really always comes back to that deliberate creation of a life that you desire, because sometimes people kind of get into this whole thinking that if you wait long enough, the miracle will happen without you. But no, you are the miracle. You owning the power that is already yours, the power that already exists within you. It's like I'm talking about number one here, the deep connection to source. There is a power that I do believe everybody has access to, okay? Now for me, I call him God, I call him Papa, and he is accessible to all of y'all. It doesn't matter what your belief system is. It doesn't matter where you're coming from. And I know not everybody wants to hear that necessarily, because everybody wants to box this power, you know, you want to box it all up. Oh, this is just for us and not for everyone. No, it's not the truth, okay? We are spiritual people in this community, and we know that there is something more. But in order for us to have that connection, because I don't think if you are going to live out the call on your life, if you are going to fulfill a call that seems so much bigger than you at times, the only way you're going to be able to do that is to tap into your intuition, is to tap into spirit within. But again, it's one of those things that people sometimes think should just happen. But it's a discipline. It doesn't just happen. It happens because you choose to actually cultivate spiritual disciplines, spiritual practices that actually make you, or help you listen in to the wisdom inside of you, because there is wisdom inside of you. We sometimes forget that. We think we have to keep looking outside of ourselves for saving. Somebody needs to come and save us from here, there, and everywhere. No. You are the magic. You are the miracle. I say this all the time to us in this community, but I really want you to take that on board. As you deepen the connection you have with spirit, with source, with your intuition, and you start to live from a place of what is the best thing I can do next, and you actually listen to the wisdom inside of you, you will be surprised at how you will accelerate. Now, I'm not telling you that it's all easy peasy, because that's another thing. Sometimes people are looking for some kind of miracle in 3 seconds flat, and so they don't demonstrate persistence. There needs to be an element of persistence. This is a discipline, I said, right? This is a discipline. We don't always like the word discipline, but it is one. It is a discipline where we deliberately choose to create space in each day, sometimes numerous times a day, to tap back into source, to tap back into our wisdom inside, to tap back into spirit, to listen to your intuition, and then to act from that place. But again, some people say they don't know how to listen to intuition. It's because you haven't practiced. You haven't actually taken on the discipline. Okay? Now, if you got my free book, which is Pray, Affirm, Receive, in there I talk about how you can actually tap into this intuition inside of you, how you can tap into spirits inside of you. I take you through a whole process in that. So you need to get the book. It's rosemarynominite.com/book gift. Okay? In fact, I'll type that in before I forget. But I do believe for us in this community, it is absolutely essential that we are connected to source, okay? Now, this isn't a religious thing at all. It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual connection. You have access to incredible wisdom. Why would you deny yourself all of that? You want to build a life of fulfillment, of freedom to do what you want to do when you want to do it, freedom to say what you need to say when you need to say it, freedom to travel when you want to travel, freedom to be with your kids if you want to be with your kids, freedom to take care of your parents if you want to take care of your parents, freedom. You want freedom in all areas of your life. You want to be fulfilled. You want to be abundant. All of that stuff comes from, as a spiritual person, you know you can't do this alone. You know you can't do it alone. You need to be able to tap into that wisdom inside of you. And if it's not a priority for you, it needs to become one. It needs to become one so that you are able to tap into wisdom that sometimes seems even more than you are capable of alone. Okay? Now, everything I've been doing, oh my goodness, since forever, that's where, if you've ever read anything or seen anything that I do, or worked with me in any way and wondered how I do this stuff, I tell you right now that most of all of everything I say, do, all of that stuff comes from spirit within. That's it. That's it. That's not to say that I'm weak and crazy, because sometimes people like me, one of the reasons why I haven't always been so blatant about it is because there's always this feeling of, oh, I don't want people to think I'm weak. But you know what? It's not weakness. It makes me stronger. I was created powerful. I was created strong. But you know what? When I partner, when I co-create, then I do more than I even thought was possible for me. Okay? You are a powerful person. I know that without a shadow of a doubt. There are things that you've already overcome for sure. But I promise you this, if you would choose to cultivate a consistent habit of tapping into source within, to your intuition and acting from that, you will see that you're capable of a heck of a lot more than you've done to date. Okay, because when you start to co-create, it's incredible what a change that will make to you. I'm actually looking at the time because I take my daughter swimming soon. But yeah, so number one thing is that you have this deep connection to source, that you do whatever you need to do to create space for that every single day. Okay, so that you are coming from a place, from an intuitive place, not just a normal plain whatever place, okay, that you are listening to the wisdom inside of you and therefore creating a life based on that wisdom rather than just your best ideas. Okay, number two thing here is that you do need clarity of purpose. One of the things sometimes I hear from people is that they don't always know what it is that they're here to do. I don't always believe that, truth be told. I generally tend to find that when I start to question people about this, really, they do know what they're here to do. They just don't necessarily think they can. Okay, and that's almost a different conversation, except it's the same if you are not allowing yourself to admit what you want. Okay, now sometimes you can be so spiritual that you think you're not allowed to want what you want. You can tell yourself, no, oh, it's too big, I'm being greedy, or I'm being selfish, and so therefore you tell yourself you don't know what you want, but you do know what you want. You just think you're not allowed to. And I can tell you right now that this is a firm belief, and I want you to take it on. And it's this: the desires in your heart were planted there, okay? They were there, or they've been put there. Your vision has been put there for you to create, not for you to filter down and tell yourself you can't do it, but for you to realize, actually, it is yours to create. Your creator actually put it inside of you. So get on with creating it instead of questioning it and doubting yourself. And where you really don't feel that you know your purpose, well, yeah, I get that. That's sometimes that you might feel that. Then reach out. Let me help you clarify that. Because there is something that you're here to do. And until you actually figure what that thing is, there will be a lack of fulfillment. You'll be rushing around trying to do what you think you should do, but it's not what you are here to do. There is something you're here to do. You are a particular piece of the jigsaw, okay? And as you play your part, you complete the picture. First and foremost, you complete the picture inside of you, because you know that there's that feeling that you're off track at times, okay? Well, it's time to actually listen and get clear on what is it that I am here to do. And then start taking action. Start taking action on that. So that's almost like number 5, but you know, I can talk about this already. You need to know. You need to know what you're here to do, and then you need to start taking action on it, okay? So that's number 2 there, is take the time to get clear on what you're here to do, so you're not just running from pillar to post, just going along with whatever anybody told you it seems to be the thing that you're supposed to do and all of that stuff. No, instead, figure out what your purpose is and move forward with it. Okay? Number 3 thing here is, in order for you to live out the purpose on your life, and one of the reasons why you might not even think you know it, is that you're way too connected with beliefs that hold you back. Some of these will be religious beliefs, okay? As spiritual people, the chances are at some point, well, not for everyone, I know, but there's going to be some of you listening in to me who are of a particular religion. Now, I know I've had to go on a journey myself of releasing some ideas that really hindered me, okay? And I know there's probably more, okay? But it took a lot of courage to get to the place where I was able to lay down beliefs that I've had since practically born, because I would say I've been Christian since I was about 5, as far as I can tell. Well, I was born into a Christian family, and I have sought God myself since I was about 5, 6 or whatever. I've just always wanted something more, but I've taken on a heck of a lot of beliefs, some of which are not useful at all. Okay, but you know what? They all brought me to here. However, I've had to shed some stuff, and you may need to shed some stuff that you're holding on to desperately because you think it's sacred, but that it's keeping you from your life. is keeping you from your destiny. You are getting in your own way, telling yourself that I have to keep believing this, when there's a part of you, there's a little whisper inside of you that doubts some of this stuff. But to give it up means giving up friends, potentially being seen as some kind of pariah. Oh, she's backslidden or something. And that scares the living daylights out of you. And yet you want to be free. You want to be fulfilled and you want to be abundant. And some of you have kind of gone along with all the stuff that you've been told to believe, expecting that you would be free, fulfilled, and abundant. And it hasn't worked, but you're not still admitting it. And I'm saying to you, if you do want to deliberately design that life that you dream of, maybe it's time to question some of them beliefs that are holding you back. Some of them are religious ones, okay? Some of them are traditional, family, cultural kind of ones as well, okay? So I'm not just attacking religion here, basically, but I am saying even your family stuff, because for me as well, that was another area, a very big area, because I come from a family that comes with its own stuff. And I've had to start saying no. I've had to reject ideas that no longer helped me move forward. In fact, they never did, really, in truth be told. But, you know, you want to buy into the story. You want to buy into the fact that this is love. But, honey, is it really love if the only way you're going to receive this love is if you're obeying all the rules? What happens if you say no? Do people cut you off? What if happens if you marry from the wrong tribe? Do you get cut off? Is that love? Is that love then? And you're holding on to this for what? And I get it. Sometimes this journey demands from us things we're not sure yet that we're willing to give. And yet you do want to be free, right? You do want to be fulfilled. You do want abundance. Maybe it's time to let go of the stuff, the baggage that you're holding on to is keeping you stuck in a life you don't even like that much. With people that, if you're honest, you don't always like that much either. Basically, but you think you have to. And I'm saying there is another way, but you do have to be courageous to see it. I still remember coaches kind of pointing out certain things to me that I never even thought I had a choice around. Speaking to someone at a homeschool group yesterday, and that was one of the things we were talking about, just freedom to choose what we say yes or no to. Now, I've always been the rebellious kind, but that came with guilt and shame. Guilt that I was just always saying no to people, and shame that there was just something inherently wrong with me. And then, you know, when we add on the religious belief stuff as well, then there's fear of punishment because, oh my goodness, I'm going to end up in hell forever. And it takes some courage to actually let some of that stuff go. And yet, you want to be free, you want to be fulfilled, you want to be abundant. It's time to start questioning things. It's time to start seeing, is this actually right for me? Could be right for everybody else, but you need to figure out what is right for you. And honey, your connection with source, your connection with spirit will help you see that. But sometimes we give more priority to the people we can see than the greater power inside of us. We would rather be liked or accepted by the physical people than actually go after our destiny. That can no longer be your story. If you are determined to live a powerful life, then that can't be your story anymore. It has to be more important to you to live a life of destiny, to fulfill the call on your life, than it is to please anybody around you. And I know, whenever I say people pleasing, people say, I don't people please. I was considered a black sheep, you know, in certain areas, okay, in certain areas they thought I was capable of, I could do no wrong. In other areas, there was just some things I just refused to do. But I carried a heck of a lot of guilt. So yeah, I would have shouted, no, I don't people please anybody, I do what I want. But the guilt, the shame was killing me on the inside. Because I felt it was either I rebelled or I submitted. There was no middle ground. And some of y'all are either rebelling and saying, I don't care what anybody thinks about me, but there's guilt behind all that bravado because there's a part of you that thinks you should submit. And until you own that and get free of it, there'll be guilt and shame, which will still keep you tied and bound up to the family and to the religion and all of that kind of stuff that is keeping you bound. You need to actually be honest with yourself about how you truly feel, so that you can heal and be free, so you can let things go I'm not saying we're going to throw away everything. I'm not saying everything is wrong, but there are certain things that are holding you back, and you kind of know what they are. But you've maybe been told that you can't let those go. They're too sacred. But maybe it's time to start considering that there might be a different way. I'm going to sing this affirmation before I carry on. Ooh, okay, got time. I deliberately design my life. I am creator, so I create. I deliberately design my life. I am creator, so I create. I am free, fulfilled and abundant. I am free, fulfilled and abundant. I am free, fulfilled and abundant. I create. Okay, so that's affirmation right there. Okay, so disconnect from old beliefs, disconnect from things. Be honest enough with yourself to know or to admit when certain things or certain beliefs or certain ideas are no longer helping you. Okay, regardless of how sacred you think they are, take it straight to source. Okay, stop listening to other people's opinions. Stop allowing the conditioning to keep you trapped in a life you do not like anymore. In order for you to grow and expand, you're gonna have to break free of the tribe. Okay, no doubt about it. You may return to the tribe, but you will return on your own terms rather than just going along because this is what your spiritual teacher said, or this is what your religious leader said, or this is what your family leader said, or whatever. No, you need to know for yourself, what is it that I believe? Or what is it that I now choose to believe? Okay, and then take it to source. You can go straight to source. You don't need to have anybody's opinion around this. Okay, then. Full ownership of dark and light inside of you. Self-acceptance, self-love, absolutely critical. Right now I'm going through the self-love personal transformation project. Why are you not on it? Well, you might be, who knows. But this is it. You need to fully own who you are. It's like trying to get clear on your purpose. You won't allow yourself to own it if you don't fully own who you are, what you're capable of, and think that you are worthy. If you still have guilt and shame from all of these crazy beliefs, of course you're going to be unsure about what your purpose is. Of course you're not going to love yourself all that much, really, though you don't think about it in those terms. I get that. But you're not even going to be all that close to source, really. You're not going to have that relationship with the power inside of you because there's a part of you that doesn't feel good enough. But it's time to actually start accepting you, the dark and the light, the mistakes you've made, all of that stuff. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all part of your journey. None of it is the end. None of it is the end of you or whatever. It doesn't make you less worthy of receiving freedom, fulfillment, abundance. But it does if you keep pretending you are not wounded, or you keep pretending that there's no dark side to you and you're just all light and glory. Basically, see who you are, own it. Work through some stuff it's okay to own. There's different sides to you. You want to know all of those sides. It's like, yeah, there's different sides to you. You want to own all of you. And not keep trying to push down this over here because you think it's unacceptable to the people around you. And it usually is because you think it's unacceptable to people. Again, when you give people more priority over your call, your destiny, your life, your vision, enough. Full acceptance of who you are. Full acceptance. Full acceptance means that, you know what, you ask the question, even if it feels like a stupid question. Because so what? You don't know the answer. So therefore, you're going to ask the question. Full acceptance, it's just complete, yeah, okay, I'm not perfect. But guess what? I am still loved. Full acceptance. I am more powerful than I realized. Even some of the crazy stuff, the crazy parts of my story, make me more powerful than I could have been without it. So I own and love all of me. I stop trying to blend in and try to be like anybody else. I am me unapologetically. That needs to be your stance. Number 5, it's all well and good having all of this stuff, but if you refuse to take action, if you don't take full responsibility for showing up consistently in your own life. Now, Yeah, it might be for business, but it might be for relationships. It might be for your career. It might be for your weight. It could be for your health. It could be for any area of your life. If you don't choose to take responsibility, full responsibility, not waiting for God to come and move your feet, not waiting for somebody to tell you that it's now the right time, not waiting for the prophet to come and prophesy over you. No, you choose to take full responsibility and start taking action every freaking day. Every day. This is your life, okay? This is your life. Your life doesn't stop on a Saturday. This is your life, that you take full responsibility for being the magic and the miracle that you're looking for elsewhere. You You are the magic, you are the miracle. When you co-create with Spirit Source within you, oh my goodness. But nobody's going to move your feet. Nobody's going to make you have that conversation you need to have with whoever it is you need to have it with. Nobody's going to make you to find the courage to get that business off the ground. Nobody's going to make you learn what you need to learn. Nobody's going to make you go work with someone if you need to work with someone. You could tell yourself, oh, I don't have the money and I don't have the time and I don't have the this and I don't have the other. Okay, that must mean that you're content to stay in place. But if you're not, if you know you're born and called for more, there can be no longer any excuses outside of you, because nothing can stop you unless you stop you. You are the only thing that gets to stop you, okay? And you can tell yourself that, oh, but I have children and I need to wait until they're grown up, or my parents need me, or my this and that and the other and the other. This is your life. This is your life. There will always be this and that and the other and the other. But Jesus said, the poor will always be with you. If you want, you come with me now. You come now, let the dead bury the dead. These are sometimes hard words that we try and gloss over and make spiritual. Oh, no, he meant, no. And I know I talk more about Christian stuff because that's what I'm familiar with, but I know that whatever your spiritual whatever is, chances are there is a call to leave behind what you think you need to hold on to. What seems to be the normal to hold on to it, you need to leave behind if you are going to create the life that you are here to create. And you can be assured, though, that whatever you have to give up to live the life that you're called to, you will get more back. No doubt about it. But you have to make that first step. You have to believe that so that you can start seeing it. You can't wait until, oh no, I wait for the more, and then I'll start, leaving things behind. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. We all know that, right? So those are the 5 things I think it was 5 that I wanted to talk about at this point around the deliberate design of a freedom life. And I want to invite you on the journey on the narrow path. And this is for all areas of your life, okay? Because I see life as one. There is no separation. There's not all these boxes here and everywhere. I was saying that to a friend today, actually. Where there's not all these boxes here and everywhere. Oh, this is my work box, and this is my money box, and this is my... No. Your life is your life. It's one whole piece. Whatever affects here affects over here. There's no separation in like that. You can't. You bring yourself into all of these different areas of your life. So really, I'm speaking to you first. Then everything else starts to fall into place once you get your mind and your heart and your soul and your spirit in the right kind of place. Things start to fall together. You need that connection with spirit, with source within. You need to have crystal clear clarity of your purpose. You need to disconnect from old beliefs, particularly for me, but the particular ones that I generally tend to see in the people in this community would be around tradition, culture, religion, all of that stuff. Your past as well can hold on to you in ways that it doesn't need to. And it's time to just disconnect from some of these old beliefs. It's time to own all of you, the dark, the light. It's complete self-acceptance, complete self-love. And it's time to take full responsibility to get your butt in gear. To move that awesome ass, okay? And start moving forward. To claim, to design the life you desire. I'm going to have to bring this to a close very quickly, but I'll invite you to get the Pray, Affirm, Receive book. If you haven't got that, go get it at rosemaryonunite.com/book gift. Go get it, okay? Share this with someone who you feel needs to hear it. It's time to fight for and to deliberately design the life you are born to live because you absolutely want to. As I said, the book is at rosemarynonnyknight.com/book gift. It's the link is right there. If you haven't got it, go get it, read it. It'll take about 30 minutes of your life, and it will open your eyes to a way to get clear, stay clear, and take action to create the life that you absolutely desire. Until the next time, my honeys, much love. Bye.